Hey, how you doing? David Taub here with Epic Guitar Instruction. Hope all's going well, and I hope your guitar and musical journeys are going famously. Today, you're going to learn the song Rikki, Don't Lose That Number on solo acoustic guitar. It's by Steely Dan from their 1974 Pretzel Logic. That's their third record, and Steely Dan is just awesome. They bring their brand of ruthless cool. I mean, think about it. They're kind of like the original hipsters, right, back in the beatnik days. And they have this awesome way where they kind of melded together jazz with rock and pop, and they churned out something really different because of their musical and lyrical brilliance. Just masterfully written songs that are really important for us to study, and they have unique and cool chord progressions. So I transcribed the piano for guitar. The good news with this song is a lot of the song parts, the section, are just repeated. There's the intro, which is just one chord vamp. There's two verses, and they're both the same chord progression wise. There's three choruses, and those are all the same chord progression wise. And then there's the chords underneath the guitar solo, and there's a bridge section. So there's only a few different parts, just each section is a lot of different chords within those sections. Now the song's in standard A440 tuning, so go ahead and tune your guitars low to high, E, A, D, G, B, and E. And if you got a second, please subscribe to the channel. You know, subscribing to the channel, that really helps us to keep bringing the content, and then you'll be notified when we have new lessons posted. Leave a comment below. Let us know how you like this lesson. Let us know what lessons you'd like to see coming up. And if you like the video, please click the like button. Give it a thumbs up, share it, and thank you so much for your support. So this song is just chocked with musical goodness. There's a lot to unpack here, so let's just take it a section at a time. And the song starts with that flapamba kind of playing, and that's an instrument that's kind of a variation of the marimba. And then an acoustic guitar enters and plays a little riff, which I'll show you later. But the main thing is we want to get that rhythm down at first, and it's kind of right, that's the kind of melody line, that's the bass you want to incorporate. So I would play it like this, and basically we're going to play an E9 no third chord. That's this guy. Right, even sounds like it, right? So that's an E9 chord, but it doesn't have a third in it. So going forward, when you see me write it on the screen, just for brevity's sake, we'll just call it E9. So here's how we'll play the intro, and then I'll go back and explain what I'm doing. But I think this will capture the vibe of it on solo guitar. Into verse 1. All right, so what we're doing is we're vamping on that E9 chord, and I want to incorporate the bass notes with the chord for solo guitar. So here's what I'm doing. I'm holding the chord, and I'm playing this 6 times, the whole thing. So the first thing I'm doing is just hitting the low E string, and then I'm doing a chuck, with the palm of my hand on the side coming down on the strings. Then I'm doing an up, down, so far. All right, and then after that up, down, another chuck. So far. And then what you want to do is an up and a down. And I'm kind of hitting the low 2 strings, the A and the E. Right, so if I do that so far slow. Okay, so again, I'm getting that. That's the vibe, right? And then you do another down chuck and an up down, and then it repeats. Sounds like a lot, but once you get that vibe going, you know, you kind of got to get your head bobbing a bit, right? Because their tunes are kind of funky, their own kind of brand of funky too, right? So here it is. And this was kind of taken from a jazz song, I believe. So again, it infuses that jazz into their music, right? Here it is really slow. And that's the intro, and you're going to go back to that at various points in the song. So that intro goes into the first verse. There's 2 verses. They're both the same. The first verse, we hear you're leaving, that's okay. And then the second verse, I have a friend in town, he's heard your name. I'll play it first so you can hear it, and then I'll go back and explain the strum patterns. It'll sound like this. All right, and that goes into the chorus. Rikki, don't lose your number. You go back to that E9 chord. So let's go over the chords, and I'll kind of just say where the changes are so you know where to change. One measure each, you're going to play a D suspended second. We hear you're leaving. Leaving is on an A suspended second. That's okay. E major, and you play the E major 2 times, 2 measures. I'll go through the strum pattern in a minute. And then you play the D sus2 again. I thought our little A sus2 wild times had just begun. Now this time the E you just play for 1 measure, because then you're going to play a C sharp minor into a B major. Okay, and then it kind of starts over again. D sus2, I guess you're kind of scared yourself. A sus2, measure each. You turn and run E for 2 measures, same as the first time. But then you're going to go to F sharp minor 7th, but you could have a change, A suspended second, heart. And heart is on that, after heart, B7 sharp 9. So rhythmically, a lot of the strum pattern, we're going to be using down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. 8th note kind of feel. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right, so you do that for on the D sus2. A sus2, down, down, up, down, up. E, 2 measures. Down, down, up, down, up. And then you repeat D sus2, A sus2. E 1 measure, down, down, up, down, up. Then when you go to that C sharp minor, down, down, up, and B, down, down, up. Then you repeat D sus2, A sus2, E at E 2 measure, and then F sharp minor 7, 1 measure, A sus2, 1 measure. Now on the B7, kind of playing like the piano plays there. I'm just going right down the chord from the A string, D, G, B, and then, so it's down, 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 all picked, and then down, down, up. Into the chorus section. Now the chorus section, there's 3 choruses in the song. They're all the same chord progression wise. Rikki, don't lose that number. You don't want to call nobody else. So let me play the chorus section for you, and then I'll go back and explain what I'm doing rhythmically, because we're going to add a bunch of stuff to make it a little bit more interesting, and we're going to add some dynamics as the song kind of builds up. At the end of the chorus, he plays the intro vamp on that E9 chord 4 times, and then it goes into verse 2. I have a friend in town. So let me play the chorus for you right from the Rikki Don't Lose that number. It's not like this. Verse 2. So the chords in the chorus, you're going to go back to that E9 chord, right? Rikki, don't lose that number. You don't want to call. On call, you go to the G major for 2 measures. Call nobody else. A for 1 measure. Send it off in a letter. G for 1 measure to yourself. D. The D is 2 measures. The first time I play it straight on the D. The second time I add the D sus4 by adding my pinky. And then I add a D sus2 by taking off my second finger, and then back to the D. And then it goes to the C chord for 2 measures. And when it does to that, I don't do any chucking or anything. I kind of open it up a bit, because that's where it gets really dynamic and loud. C for 2 measures to E minor for 2 measures. So on the C, Rikki, don't lose that number. It's the only one you own, E minor. Then you go back to C again. You might use it if you feel, but that's just 1 measure. Better, A sus2, and that you kind of have to put a stop in there. That stop is on the 1, timing wise, A sus2, and then you go back to your intro. 4 times. 3. Right into verse 2. All right, the strum pattern, I'm kind of trying to emulate the vocal melody, right? So you play your E9, Rikki, don't lose that number. You don't want to call. All right, so on that E9, down, up, chuck, up, down. So that's the first part of the strum. Down, up, chuck, up, down. then another chuck, up, up, chuck, up, down. So far. And again, you could do lots of different ones. This is just the one that I've come up with. Down, up, chuck, up, down, chuck, up, chuck, up, down, chuck, up. All right, slow again. And right there, you change to the G. Now, on the G, go back to the down, down, up, down, up. And of course, you could do that original strum and not do the chucking. Like if you're not feeling the chucking, just do down, down, up, like I did before. I think the rhythmic element really adds a lot. So on that G, down, chuck, up, chuck, up. Same thing as down, down, up, down, like we did in the verses, except on the downs, those two downs, the second down, down, you put in the chuck, up, chuck again, up. Okay, that's the pattern. And then the second time, down, chuck, up, down, down. We're accenting that vocal line. So two together on the two measures on the G. All right, I kind of do a little kill on each of them. Like hit it, kill, and then it goes to the A chord. And on the A, just do that chucking pattern, or just do down, down, up, down. I want to save the full open strum for the C chord when we get to that, because that's when the song really opens up. So on that A, I would still do down, chuck, up, chuck, up. Send it off in a letter, G, same pattern, to yourself. Now the D is two measures. The first one I do the chuck, and the second one I just kind of embellished the D by adding the D sus4 and the D sus2. So on the D chord, now, Rikki, don't lose. When it goes to that C, I open it up. No chucking. C, two measures. Down, down, up, down, down. Don't lose that number. E minor is the only. Two measures again. Straight pattern. You might use it down, down, up, down, up. One measure. If you feel better, A sus2. All right? You could do the chucking, or you could do that down, down, up, down, up. Down with a kill. Right? Now, notice that last down. Down, down, up, down. That's on the one. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So on that 1 is where you do the down and the kill. When you get home, you go back to the vamp on the E9 chord, like the intro. 4 times. Right back on that D sus2, verse 2. I have a friend in town, he's heard your name. Verse 2 goes right into chorus 2. Rikki, don't lose that number. All right, and then chorus 2, after chorus 2, it goes into the guitar solo. So let me play you the chords that go under the guitar solo. I'll play it for you first, and then I'll go back and explain it. It'll sound like this. Then it goes into the bridge section. That bridge section, you tell yourself you're not my kind. Okay, so for the guitar solo, the chords underneath, I was just doing down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. That same pattern. So those chords in the guitar solo, first line is just like a verse. D sus2 a measure, A sus2 a measure, E for 2 measures. Second time, D sus2 for a measure, A sus2 for a measure. Then it goes to G for 2 measures. Here's where it gets interesting. Next is an F major 7th chord. And what I do is you have your open F major 7th, and then I add the low note too, just to fill it up a little bit. I'll add a low C to that. I guess technically you'd say it's F major 7 over C. And then just move that up a whole step. And that's a G6. And again, I add the low note to that. So I'm adding that low D note there. So F major 7 for 1 measure. G6 for 1 measure, then you go back to F major 7 for a measure, then it goes to E minor for a measure. And then it finishes off like in the beginning, D sus2, measure, A sus2 measure, E for 2 measures. That goes right into the bridge section, which has some more cool, very cool chord changes. Let me play the bridge section for you. You tell yourself you're not my kind. It'll sound like this. All right. So again, down, down, up, down, up for the rhythm, the strumming pattern, and you're going to do an A major 7th. You tell yourself you're not my kind. On not, you go G sharp minor 7th, not my kind, then back to the A major 7th, but you don't even know your mind. No, C sharp minor 7th. Kind of exactly like that C sharp minor you played in the verse, except take off your pinky. C sharp minor 7. Anyway, then F sharp minor 7th, and you could have a change of heart, just like the end of the verse. A sus2 to that B7 sharp 9, which we arpeggiate, and a down. And that's the bridge. And that bridge section goes into the final chorus, the third chorus, and then right after the third chorus, again, you end your chorus on that E9, and you're just going to play that E9 vamp, and then he just kind of says, Rikki, don't lose that, Rikki, don't lose that, Rikki, don't lose that number, you know? And I would just kind of end it with that, big E9 song. That's all the rhythm parts of the song. The other thing I wanted to show you is that guitar riff in the beginning, the acoustic guitar. You hear the acoustic guitar doing this. All right, so the acoustic's playing these little intervals just on the B and the G string. So the first one, 7th fret, I bar with my one finger. 7th fret, B and G for 2. And then you play the 6th fret on the G and the 5th fret on the B for one hit. Then move that down a whole step, 4th fret G, 3rd fret B. And then the last one, 2nd fret on the B and G. So slow. And you do that 3 times. Twice, once more. The last one, you go back to the 4th and 3rd fret on the B and G, and you hit that twice. It's kind of like number, right? Rikki, don't lose that number. Hope you enjoyed that lesson. It's a really fun one. It's challenging, and it's important as you go on in your guitar journey that you keep challenging yourself with harder songs, harder chord progressions, harder changes, right? Harder techniques and harder lessons, because that's how you're going to get better. You got to keep pushing yourself, and this song will definitely push you. So don't forget, subscribe to the channel. That really helps us to keep the content coming, and then you'll be notified when we have new lessons posted. And also don't forget to click the link below to get my free video lesson and ebook on essential bar chord playing and changing techniques. It's packed. It's killer, and I'll send it with an ebook. It'll really help you along your guitar journey. Just click on that link below. And if you want to check out some of my original music, I recently dropped a new record with my original band Mind Cell. We're based out of San Diego, California. It's a slamming record. I'm really stoked about it. I think it's some of the best music I've ever written. It's streaming on all the platforms, so I'll put links to it in the YouTube description box below. So check it out, and then let me know what you think. Let me know how you like the songs, and let me know if you have any questions on the gear I used, or the songwriting, or maybe the studio techniques. Drop me a line. I'd love to hear from you. And thank you so much for checking out this video and for your support over the years and years. So appreciated. Keep up all that hard work on those guitars. Keep having fun with them. And remember, your guitar playing is an evolution. So take care, enjoy the journey, and I will see you in the next lesson. Rock on.